The male body conceals within itself a multitude of surprises. Some of its peculiarities remain largely unknown not only to women but also to men themselves. Let's pull the curtain back a little on some of these secrets and look at 8 facts that will make you look at men in a whole new way.
A man's face preserves its youthful appearance a lot longer than a woman's does. This is all down to the fact that a man's skin loses its concentration of collagen much slower as he ages, meaning it's much more resistant to wrinkling and sagging. However, because men generally take less care of the skin on their face than women do, they're more susceptible to harmful external conditions which can reduce their natural advantages over women to zero. Yes, you read that right. Men also have glands that can produce milk, but its production represents an abnormality for the male body. This can occur when too much of the hormone prolactin is produced. This might be the result of certain kinds of medical treatment used to stimulate the heart, problems with the pituitary gland and hypothalamus, use of opioids, or due to extreme hunger. It's pleasant to think that the genetic inclination to go bald is passed on exclusively by the mother's X chromosomes, but this is not entirely the case. There are other, no less important factors. If a man's father is bald, then his chances of also losing his hair increase by 60%. The activity of male hormones also affects hair follicles in such a way that the body gradually loses its ability to produce new hair. Stress and a poor diet also significantly increase the risk of going bald. This might be very surprising to some, but 26% of men also experience PMS. During these periods, a man becomes more sensitive, irritable, and hungry and can even experience stomach cramps. That is, he experiences exactly the same symptoms as a woman does. All human beings in the world began their existence as females. X and Y chromosomes are responsible for determining an individual's sex. If 2 X chromosomes join together during conception, a girl is produced. If X and Y chromosomes join together, a boy appears. During the first 5 to 6 weeks, the Y chromosome is inactive until it begins to function. The embryo begins to develop into a girl. The male hormone testosterone makes men's skin thicker. It's around 25% thicker than women's skin. However, over their lifetimes, men's skin becomes thinner, whereas with women it remains the same thickness until menopause. Have you ever wondered what the Adam's apple is for, and why men have larger ones than women? Women have only a small protrusion on their necks, made up of thyroid cartilage, the only purpose of which is to protect the vocal cords. This thyroid cartilage is also responsible for the higher tone of people's voices during a person's teenage years. Its angle in relation to the annular cartilage changes, forming an Adam's apple and leading to the so-called breaking of a person's voice. This angle is smaller in men than in women, making the protrusion larger and their voices lower. Men can discern far fewer shades of color than women can, and the reason for this is really quite simple. Color perception is determined by retinal cone cells. The information about them is contained in the X chromosome, and because women have 2 X chromosomes, the number of cone cells they possess is naturally twice as high as that of men.